If you are interested in mindfulness, well, here's an article about it in, of all places, the Harvard Business Review. What has made so many people so interested in mindfulness? And not only individuals, but companies, universities, institutions, and health providers. The answer is stress. Stress has been in the headlines and made it onto the cover of magazines like the US news magazine Time. Stress is an epidemic. Research by the American Institute of Stress shows that 70 to 80% of workers suffer from the physical symptoms of stress: headaches, digestive problems, back pain, and insomnia, with severe costs for people, companies, and organizations. In the midst of this epidemic, an American doctor, Jon Kabat-Zinn, developed a therapeutic system known as mindfulness-based stress reduction. It has attracted a lot of attention and is now used in over 30 countries. Scientists also began attaching electrodes to the heads of mindfulness practitioners to examine what was going on inside their brains. We saw a report on Al Jazeera recently about this kind of mindfulness research and treatment featuring the same brain testing. And you can see from this graph the increasing research into mindfulness from 1994 to 2015. Now more than 3,000 published scientific studies. Mindfulness has been taken up in a big way by business. The Mindfulness Business Conference now takes place every year. Major companies like Google are studying and using it. So what does the research tell them and us? The research tells us that our brain is a complex communication network. We have an estimated 68 billion brain cells called neurons. They are electrical and chemical transmitters. Our brain has tremendous processing power. It is said to be the most complex thing known to scientists in the universe. And our brain is only one part of a total intelligent system. You may have heard about the notion that we have a brain in our stomach. We say we have a gut feeling about something. Well, we have 100 million neurons in our gut. We have 1 billion neurons in our spine. Scientists say we have another brain in our heart. We have 40,000 neurons in our heart that can sense, feel, learn, and remember. So when we say mind, as in mindfulness, we mean this entire sensitive, intelligent network. And by the way, we all have one of these. So what does mindfulness mean? Although it can be a lifetime study, it can be summed up in 3 words: being fully present. The first of those 3 words is being. Being includes thinking, but is not all of it. Our cognitive capacity, mainly located in the prefrontal cortex, accounts for about 5% of the capacity of our brain. The rest of our brain and nervous system is the other 95%. That 5% is responsible for vital cognitive functions such as analyzing, planning, and deciding. But it tends to roam around or roam away, or withdraw into itself. It can get lost in its own thoughts, in daydreaming about the future, reliving the past, and starring in our own movie. In fact, this part of our mind, which we often mistake for the whole of our mind, wanders off almost half the time. Where does that figure come from? It's part of the scientific research into the brain. A study by Matthew Killingsworth and Daniel Gilbert at Harvard University found that even while people were busy, their minds were wandering off 47% of the time. The result is we are often not synchronized. This is made all the worse by the fact that the pace and complexity of living and working are increasing all the time. Complexity is outpacing productivity. Communication cycles are speeding up. Working life is increasingly fragmented. We are constantly interrupted by multiple simultaneous demands. What do we try to do? We try to multitask. But in reality, what we do is switch rapidly back and forth between tasks. The result is we end up tired and distracted, we make more and more mistakes, we are unproductive, we feel frustrated, we become insensitive, we end up stressed out and sleepless. Sound familiar? This is where mindfulness comes in. But we don't have to wait until we're stressed out to practice it and benefit from it. It's important to know what mindfulness is not. It's not a philosophy or a religion. It does not tell you what to think or believe. It can be used by people of all faiths or none. It's not hypnosis. Your mind remains under your own control. What mindfulness practice does do is strengthen our mind the way physical exercise strengthens our body. Mindfulness practice supports the natural clarity and stability of our mind. It synchronizes our entire system, mind and body. It gives us access to direct, real-time experience. What happens is we experience a higher level of awareness with, at the same time, a deeper level of relaxation. If you'd like to experience this for yourself, we can try doing this practice for a few minutes together.